Coming at you, we're looking at a 2003 Honda Civic EX Honda automatic, and we're going to change the oil. So what I want to point out right away is that this is your oil dipstick. This is where you fill up the oil. This is your transmission, and your oil drain plug is on the driver's side, not on the opposite passenger side, where we're going to jack the car up and begin by draining the oil. And I'll be putting some Havoline Pi 30 in, cooler out. Automatic. We jacked it up. Remember, behind the wheel, or you don't need, I put it there just in case, and an emergency jack the car, so just in case the jack gives out. Seeing it's hydraulic, it could do almost anything. So there's a jack up point there. You should know what I'm talking about. Now it's a 17mm drain bolt, which is right here. And what first you want to do is get all the dirt and debris off of the area, out of the area. Okay, let's see if you can see what I'm pointing at. Okay, there it is there. Now your oil filter's up in the back here. The blue oil filter, I'm going to be off. So the next thing you try is you try to pop it like this. We'll use a hand first. There you go. And that's how you loosen it up some more. There you go. You never know. I've never changed the oil in this automobile, so you never know what's going on. Feels kind of grimy in there. It's got a washer. Let's see, right about there. The pan. Well, the end of the, and the oil drain plug is inside there with its washer, but that's okay. Like I said, it's the first time out. You're going to have to watch it. You never know how it's going to react. In any case, seeing you never changed it before, you don't know what they did ahead of you. So you're dealing with who knows what. It's not using oil. You can tell by looking at how much is coming out of it. I don't even know. Okay, back to the oil change on a 2003 Honda Civic EX 1.7 liter engined automobile, automatic. And this is the oil filter that came out of it. They used the Bosch Distance Plus. It's got a ding in it right there. Kind of wondered where that came from. D3323. What we're going to replace that with is a Fram Extra Guard PH7317. Okay, what I do, let's put this old one aside. I take the filter and put my hand down here like this, and then I take it and I ask me why I did that. Next thing you do is you put some fresh new oil, not old stuff, on there like you see other people doing on there. And so I need to go get the oil. So plus all the oil that drained out on the ground. So it looks like it's a 3.5 quart oil amount of oil that goes into this automobile. So I did put the oil drain plug back on. But the plug washer is fitted on like a hollow spot behind the threads, and there was nothing wrong with it. And the way that you test these washers, I don't ever change washers, because the washer you put on there may just make it leak. I found that the oil pan itself, or that's on the drain plug itself, and like this one is, I just clean them off, clean everything off, and put it back on. And 9 times out of 10 it doesn't leak. Now if it were to leak, then you know, okay, I need a washer. But if it's some oil on the oil filter rubber ring here, seal. See, I'll just pour some in there. Put some on your finger like this. It's nice and clean, and work it around the rubber seal, just like I'm doing. Now before you put it on, you need to take a paper towel like this. Let's take our filter down. Get underneath the car. Okay, let's see what we got up here. Okay, you see the ends of the threads. There it is. Now what you want to do, let's see if you can see the end of the thread. Okay, there it is where the rubber seal goes on. What we're going to do is take a paper towel. See if I can do this with the camera in my hand, and go out around where it seals on. Let's look and see. Okay. Seeing that I can't see a thing I'm doing, I'm just doing it by experience of knowing that that needs to be cleaned off, because you don't know what's up there. I'll look at it after I'm done, see if I got it right. Make sure you can see it better than me. And I can see it pretty good. Okay, there's where it is. The seal goes on. Okay, I'm out. Okay, there she goes. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now we're just going to go hand tight with it. It's easier to turn it on. There we go. With this black end here, it's sort of like sandpaper or something. I don't know what you'd call it. There you go. It's all on. Now the next thing you have to do is fill it up and then drive test it. And it was very close to 3.5, and it showed itself to be full. Actually, if you ask me, it was like 3 1/4 quarts, not 3.5. So maybe I'll try 3 1/4 quarts. I know it's more than 3 quarts, but not much. This is the 3rd quart going in. Yeah, I gotta so there's 3 quarts, and I know what came out of it was more than 3 quarts, not much more than 3 quarts. So let's put the cover. What I do is I'll take a 5 quart, container, one of those big ones that holds 5 quarts, a jug, and refill these with 530 weight oil. That way you're sure of how much you're getting in there. Okay, let's go for the 1/4 quart. Drive it, set it on level ground, and then check and see how much is in it. And this was with an oil filter change, as you know. So this is going to be about 3 1/4 quarts. About what I feel came out of it. There we go. Let's see what it shows up to be. That's about right. It's not a half, it's not quite, it's a little more than 1/4 came out of there, but that's good. That's good. Okay, let's put our cover back on. Let's take this oil funnel out of there. Okay, and reset it back over here. Then put your cover back on. Make sure you do that. You don't want to drive around without your cover on. And you notice they say oil change finished. All we have to do is test drive the car, check for oil leaks and how much oil is in it. Cool.